Was okay. All I can tell you is Chris Young a pedophile? I look him up. I just discern from the online system, and I'm glad they've done it. Whether it's the Secret Service that done it or what. Uh, um, um, kept saying Chris the doctor. Well, I remember Frank Abbott last time I saw him in person in cop uniform, and last time I saw him in person with or without the cop uniform. Was like right before Christmas 2015 when I bought that particular laptop, computer in Hot Springs, also the Fuji camera from a different Walmart, but both in Hot Springs. Anyway, he said orthopedic surgeon was his neighbor, Chris Young. I confused it later with Mike Young because I'd met Mike Young a number of times. My mom, myself, my grandmother Gladys, a number of times with my grandmother Gladys Gribbin, only like once with Gladys. I don't know him. I don't like him. Anyway, I just see I look him up online spring before last, and I see a photo of him, and all I tell you is come to mind to see his photo is a sociopathic pedophile, a sociopathic sadist, a pedophile. Oh, I can't go back too far. I ain't got any clothes on. I hate the tone of voice of Frank Abbott. Sick. I don't have anything in common with those people. I think it's what's going to lead up to the boundary line extension, Micah chapter 7, and also because of what I say over and over again, 1 Corinthians chapter 6. And think about it, United Nations, European Union, Coalition of Nations, Asia, Africa, the 10 kings, Revelation 17, Revelation 18. It says there'll no more be human slaves, human souls to be as a list for the Waltons to buy and purchase. And the weeping. I'm out of time on this one. I don't know, just let me keep it on there. I wish people would prove in a hurry. I don't have the resources to do it. That if Chris Young is... When did everybody learn I had cancer? When? How? I mean, just think of all the creative content right there. If I could throw it out there, I wish I could love her more. I wish she'd give me reason to. I mean, why in the hell is she getting engaged? They put in here hashtag have I told you lately that I love you. I don't want kids for me around him. He's got no business with me. But anyway, I promise, folks. I promise. This is when I saw the photo year before last. Chris Young is evil human being. Just to look at him, evil. I feel it, and I promise. It's similar to like hearing the voice of Chad Moore. And Andy Reiner, the first time I saw Andy Reiner, I promise, folks, Dolly Parton, Miley Cyrus, I got something to say, y'all. I shouldn't be talking Miley Cyrus, but I'm going to talk about Nicole Kidman, everybody, creative works. You me tell you what would probably make y'all cry and be shamed even more. Billy Ray Cyrus, Tish Cyrus, even in the name of Anderson Cooper. Oprah Winfrey. Just imagine, just in the name of the American government, American FCC, just imagine, just a documentary, just the different aspects of my situation. But, hey, Miley Cyrus, when did you learn I had cancer? How did you learn? It's on a military scan? That's like crimes against humanity. It's not in the book of Acts. Boy, I hate it. I'm pale up under there. It's in the book of Acts. Obey God is really rather than men. I was looking it up earlier. I forgot what chapter it was in. Same for Watchtower Bible Tract Society. Same for all the local Jehovah's Witnesses. If there's a Jehovah's Witness saying prostate surgery, it's actually pretty simple if you get something done about it. But they don't. Nobody plainly tells me anything. Nobody. From a Jehovah's Witness to a Dolly Parton to Oprah Winfrey to a Jackass group, Bam Margera, Steve-O, Bam Margera. But they pay money to watch. Think about that. It's like Dolly Parton, Miley Cyrus. Y'all actually pay money, Melania Trump, or whoever does it, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. It's like y'all a bunch of cowards. I know what it's going to build up to. Hell with Anderson Cooper. It's going to build up to the wages of prostitution. Book of Micah, the 10 Kings, Revelation 17. Yeah, and it says in God's word, those plundering you will be plundered. I'm not saying that Miley Cyrus has necessarily plundered me or Dolly Parton, unless you're something I don't know, Oprah Winfrey, Dr. Phil. Now, I think Anderson Cooper is a nasty, I want to cuss, I want to say vile words, like a yellow-bellied backstabbing banker. Anderson Cooper's not a man. That's a coward-ass maggot like Michael Colegrove and Chris Young. Probably a pedophile. And that's another thing. Since I met that Dr. Michael Colegrove, shook my hand twice in 2019. Coward. God, that's a coward. That's a weak handshake. That's a bigot. Think about Dolly Parton. Who does the medical side of this? RFK Jr., Dr. Oz. Who's not a loser? You think your cancer diagnosis, but whether you're going to leave the White House or not, RFK Jr., you think you could pull something before you leave if you're going to. In my favor, you probably can't. The Bible says nobody intercedes. I have to accept it. Just think about it. The Dr. Michael Colegrove prescribed Brianna vonachen 10 days. I'm going to say her first and last name on it. I'm going to speak it freely on it. I normally don't say first and last names. 10 days of provera. Didn't say why. Apparently something I recently read was to prevent her from going into labor until the next appointment. Maybe. I don't know. But then why is he saying when she shows up at the next appointment, he says your body didn't react to the provera because you have a buildup of estrogen. They sick human beings. Sick human beings. Sick. And obviously President Donald Trump's not going to do anything to Asa Hutchinson, to Gavin Newsom. That's why he's trying to distract. He's like, it's so screwed up. I don't know how much of it he's guilty of, but nobody takes the bull by the horns on this. Dr. Oz, RFK Jr. Is there even a governor in America? Is there a governor? Does a governor in America exist that I can actually respect? There's not one, is there? There's not one. I want the United States military out of my affairs. And they love saying that Putin's a pedophile, but this is what these hypocritical bigots do. They're like, USA only. They'll condemn a foreigner for being a pedophile, but not a local, not a domestic. It's okay if Mike Huckabee does it. It's okay if Brian Sanders does it. It's okay if Chris Young does it, Anderson Cooper. But God forbid it's a foreigner. What do you think about it, United States Supreme Court? What do you think about it, United Nations? What do you think about the 14th American Amendment? What do you think about it on this? You know what? Unless you can get United States Supreme Court, for the people that see, it's like I have a unique estate. It's pretty, it's neat, and a lot of people are wanting it. But I think that's why the boundary line is going to be extended, Micah chapter 7. You just think about it, United States Supreme Court, in honor of the 14th American Amendment, civil liberties. Just think about it, how you get in possession of something. If you get somebody's sperm, that contradicted the Hippocratic Oath, everything. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like it's like theft by receiving. There's laws on it. So I'm trying to say, well, whether they shoot the kids in the head or whatever, at this point, that's how much I got that from Joe Grant. I want you to sit. I'm not trying to get them to do that. What I'm wanting you to do, United States Supreme Court, I want you to give him a big shut up. Like you got his sperm. You did it premeditated. homosexual sodomite, Anderson Cooper. You're going to say you paid a woman to carry his baby with his sperm, and then you're sitting back say, you owe. What kind of sick human being is that? In the United States Supreme Court, why is it not in the news? You know what I'm saying? Are you pedophile like them, United States Supreme Court? Surely there's some women, justices, women on there that are not pro-pedophile. I hope. I mean, I know the days are evil. The days are wicked, heavy and hard. Book of Ephesians says the days are wicked. Let's read a little bit here. I'm gonna use up my memory recording this. I don't know if I should go upload it or not. I think the highway's getting quieter. Jehovah God's gonna kill some children anyway. However he does it. With cancer, a disease. Revelation chapter 2, deadly plague. He says, I'll kill your children with deadly plague. Whether I die or not, say some of them are for me. I'll meet them during the resurrection. You may not come back in the resurrection unless he's doing it just to make you repent. I can't trace out his ways on that. Let's read a little bit of Revelation chapter 12, or maybe the whole chapter. What about international tax law? H&R Block, IRS, TurboTax. It's like everybody loves the prostitution. Everybody wants to see somebody naked. They want to watch that. They'll pay money for that. But nobody cares about justice. It's like if it wasn't for the Miley Cyrus engagement or whatever that's supposed to mean, I'd be trying to tell. I'd be like, hell, it's like, damn. It's like, she's worth $160 million. To have gotten that one house that's for sale, that'd been a drop in the bucket. She could have. I was saying things that I would have done to do anyway. Like I was talking about projects on recycling, this, that, all kinds of. See, that's where my weakness. She could bring something to the table. The resources, some things I want to do, can't do unless she's just not interested. And if so, she should tell me. And see, it's like if you flip it around, I would have been. I don't know. I think I'm a lot in that category. I'm a lot braver than her. I don't know where she's at on it. I don't know. She's a lot more superficial and frivolous than me. But then again, I'm the teacher, not her. You know what I'm saying? Just think about how much. I mean, she's disrespecting me hard and heavy. Like some doctor's giving her a prescription. This is what we want. Like some judge, like Dr. Michael Colegrove, Dr. Chris Young, some circuit judge Andy Reiner. They're saying, here, this is what we want you to do to bother Scotty. Why would she be doing it? And women do crazy things, man. I don't know how to explain it. Before I read it, Revelation chapter 12. Is there a medical term for when somebody tries to hurt somebody psychologically after a breakup? I'm thinking of passive aggression. I meant to look up the other day and I didn't, about the transference when people have emotional stress and it comes into their body as trauma bond withdrawal symptoms. A trauma bond is a psychological attachment to someone who inflicts emotional or psychological harm on a target, or if someone you care about is experiencing. Trauma bond withdrawal symptoms. Post-separation abuse. Whether there isn't a single medical term, the behavior of trying to psychologically harm an ex after a breakup falls. Now they're saying I'm doing that to her, which I'm only doing it because of the pregnancy. Because I'm only going in this mode. You want to tell me Miley Cyrus is not pregnant? I'll do a gag order. I won't even say her word name no more. I'm going to do it because I think she got pregnant. And she deserves it. Stalking. Reactive abuse. Hell, I'm looking her up and hearing her talk about me, dry hands. I don't care to hear Miley Cyrus talk no more. I have no desire to be in the same room as Miley Cyrus. I have no desire to be around Miley Cyrus. I have no desire to hear her music. I want that to be important. It disgusted me. I went off in a rage yesterday from seeing the people.com photo saying the Billy Ray Cyrus family, 6 kids, only knew 5. I've mind raped right there. I'm not gonna be internet searching Miley Cyrus. I don't care to internet search Miley Cyrus. I'm tired of hearing Miley Cyrus talk on TV. I don't trust Miley Cyrus. I don't trust her. I don't know her. Here out of kindness, I'll look this one up. What is it called when emotional stress is transferred into physical pain psychologically? Psychosomatic pain. Or the process of somatization, where psychological stress is converted into physical symptoms like headaches, muscle tension, or digestive issues. With the pain being real but without direct physical energy, more specific diagnosis might include conversion disorder, now often called functional neurological disorder. If Miley Cyrus has just been being an actress, then I'd like to say for a minute, just let me know. However you look at it, I'm gonna try to not. Whoops! I'm about to show myself. Miley Cyrus is done. She's bothering me. It's an evil human being to do that. Evil human being. For somebody to say their wishes and you go out of their way to do what they don't want, that's an evil, cruel, selfish human being. I need to forget about her, not say her name, not look. I don't want to look her up online. My gut instinct, y'all could even tell. Let me tell y'all something. I could feel it in my gut instinct. I was like, that was like in December now, like December. I was going through that 3-4 months ago. It was on and off. I'd be like down, depressed. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna look at Miley Cyrus in the deal to see if I, find something good. It was like it developed a pattern. Like when I said out loud, June of 2024 down at the riverbank, I was like, Miley Cyrus. I said, if you're gonna forget about me, don't leave me hanging. Just let me know. Let me know so I can walk away. You know what I'm saying? That's June 2024. This is January the 7th, 2026. And then three or so weeks later, I'm laying on the couch in there. I'm here all alone. I don't have much to do, blah, blah, blah. I'm seeing the song Bad at Forgetting You, blah, 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 these other things. Her in the cowboy hat. But anyway, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine with not writing. I need to, after this day, don't write Miley Cyrus. Don't tag her in nothing. I've said what I've said. That's all there is to it. What she does right now disgusts me. I don't like this song. She's disgusting me farther back. Disgusting me. Disgusting me. Disgusting me. This has triggered me to come it out, let it out even more. Her on the iHeartRadio, she's superficial, she's fake, she's the opposite of me, she's a coward. Whatever. I'm done with her right now. And all it is going to be more pain. She's somebody who wants to hurt somebody on purpose. Cruel human being. She's the stalker. Cruel human being. Cruel-hearted human being. Cruel-hearted human being. And do it to somebody with cancer, evil. Torture somebody with cancer, evil. Cruel-hearted human being. Miley Cyrus. Cruel-hearted bigot. If she's actually evil, she's the Jezebel group. We'll have to wait, watch, and see. Cruel-hearted, evil human being. Cruel-hearted human being. Selfish human being. I won't write. I don't want to see her. I don't want to be around her. I made it clear with what Brianna's done to me. Please get out of here. Please get out of here. Name of Miley Cyrus. Please get away from me. Get off my penis. Please get out of my life. Maybe I'll get this to post and Hey, y'all just let that be put in the news. You want to tell me Miley Cyrus was just trickery? She's just on me after me for lustful reasons? If so, just let me know so I can. I need to forget about her anyway. I don't have to control the outcome. Whatever. It's stupid. I got sucked up in it because I know nothing about her personality. I don't know what she's like. I know she's very superficial, passive, lies, and vindictive. She likes to have sex. Whatever she is. From what I've read about her, she doesn't want to be a mother. She doesn't like kids. She doesn't spend much time around kids. You know, whatever. She might be an Andy Reiner supporter. Hell, she may even donate to his campaign. I don't know. That's getting too bars right there. I guess I'll go ahead and read out of Revelation chapter 12 when that uploads. Unless, shoot, if I bend over, I gotta put on my shorts, I guess. This is getting too dangerous. So Pete Hegseth, y'all can't even tell me that if Miley Cyrus is just being an actress. I mean, why is she all the time talking about me? I mean, indirectly, talking about dry hands, pearly white teeth, I have this thing to go to. What's another one? I thought that there's lots of references. Oh, it seemed like I knew of another one. I forgot what it was. I got reminded of one this morning. Think about that song, More to Lose. I never wear blue jeans. I don't know. I thought of one this morning. There's other references. But I don't know. I'll just tell you, my disgust for Miley Cyrus is wearing up, I guess you could say, because of the engagement to Max. But then more recently, ever since I started thinking she's could be pregnant, that's just going to be a bad hurt. That's a rape. That's a rape to me. That's a rape. And then the government's on my penis right now. Why would you do that to me, government? Why? I'm here all the time by myself. I'm not Nathan Hughes, pig. I don't molest kids, idiots. I don't try to molest kids. Do you understand? Donald Trump, you're stupid. Donald Trump, you're evil. You're evil in the name of Sarah Sanders. You're evil in the name of Chris Young. You're worthless, Donald Trump. You're worthless like Joe Biden. You're a Putin-loving bigot hypocrite, Donald Trump. United States Supreme Court, will you please find out what Melania Trump know about the Epstein files? Will you find out from Ivanka if she's been molested by her daddy? I already know she has been. Like I already know Billy Ray Cyrus molested Brandy Cyrus, Noah Cyrus, Miley Cyrus, Sarah Bobo, Sarah Ewing community. Bunch of hypocrites. Folks, I don't get joy from Miley Cyrus. I got caught up in this online deal that's sick, evil, wicked, where I was hoping I'd get joy from her. She's a coward to me. I don't get joy from Miley Cyrus. I can't stand seeing her and Max together. I don't know Miley Cyrus. I don't get joy. Like, I'll say it again, the way she gets on these things, the way she talks about things is so superficial. So superficial. How does she love justice? She must love injustice. I don't get joy from seeing things on people.com. It just helps me get evidence. Oh, did that one upload? I mean, if it ever works out with Miley Cyrus and me, she has to quit being an actress, or she has to quit being fake, quit being a coward. I know about my curtains now. Got my shorts on. And just think about how much money Taylor Swift has made off of me. Wages of prostitution. Yeah. I mean, think about what kind of human you are, Miley Cyrus, Dolly Parton. I wish I could know plainly, Dr. Phil, Dr. Drew Panitsky. What, y'all pay money to watch my prostate get enlarged? Is that what y'all do, Taylor Swift? Y'all just watched, it's like reality TV. The relatively late last year, the phone said something like live cancer. You're a coward, Miley Cyrus. You're a bigot. Human trafficking thief. You don't create what I like. I won't be looking you up online, Miley Cyrus. I won't write you letters anymore. In honor of your engagement, in honor of your whatever you do, your Christmas life, your sober God. You don't write back anyway. You just get on a little Jimmy Kimmel. What's the real reason? Come on, Miley Cyrus. Come on, Jimmy Kimmel. We all want to know what's the real reason she got engaged. No, we're not allowed to know. She's like Bob Clausen. She has a private life. She's a Maybelline makeup queen. It's none of our business. She's part of the communist Trump government. Her daddy's a Trump supporter. Her daddy's a Trump voter. Billy Ray Cyrus. How many times did he molest you, Miley Cyrus? How many times did he molest you, Brandy? Noah Cyrus. Is that why you're borderline personality disorder? Because your daddy, Billy Ray Cyrus, molested you? Well, don't take it out on me. Like an Anna Baldwin Wilson. Oh, hell, it uploaded that. Excuse me. Miley Cyrus, her government and family, they like to torture people, me, who got cancer. They like to steal his sperm. Evil, greedy, nasty people. Miley Cyrus, when you go out low, when's your lover boy gonna buy the wedding ring? I hated I gotta quit talking about you. Miley Cyrus, I don't give a damn what you do. As long as you ain't bringing my DNA in it. I would have respected you if you're going to do it as a single woman. I even said it farther back. You're putting me in the same seat as me. I have no joy get married all you want, do a kid. You're just disgusting to me. Disgusting. I have no desire to be around you. It's everything. I'm going through the same rape. I went through with Brad Vonachen. Oh, Brady! Oh, Brady! Oh, Brady! And God bless me. I say, I hope you lose your Maybelline contract. I said, I hope it is justice. I hope Joe God makes you lose your Maybelline contract today. Go to your flowers lawsuit. I ain't asking you for help ever again, Miley Cyrus. Unless you tell something changed. I'm not asking for you any help. All it is hurt. It's rape. You're a thief. You're a coward. You're a Jimmy Kimmel coward. God bless your coward. God, you're a coward. God, you're a coward. Folks, y'all know how much I screamed and cussed about Brianna Vonachen. And I tried to say Miley Cyrus is not like that. I would say Miley Cyrus is not the human trafficking whore Brianna Vonachen is. Brianna Vonachen would probably be loyal to me, unlike Miley Cyrus. Because Miley Cyrus has done that knowing I don't want that kind of rape. Miley Cyrus has no shame. Miley Cyrus is probably just a thief, an extortioner. I don't know what the hell she is. Let's read Revelation chapter 12. New World Translation Bible. Yeah, Tish Cyrus, you didn't teach your daughter. You may have taught her to tease her hair, but you didn't teach her how to treat others the way she'd want to be treated. Think about Tish Cyrus, Miley Cyrus. What if somebody took your eggs and gave them to somebody that you don't have respect for or can't trust? Would it bother you? Revelation chapter 12. Then a great sign was seen in heaven. A woman was arrayed with the sun, and the moon was beneath her feet, and on her head was a crown of 12 stars. And she was pregnant. She was crying out in her birth pains, and in her pains, and in her agony to give birth. Another sign was seen in heaven. Look, a great fiery colored dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns, and on its heads were 7 diadems. And its tail drags a third of the stars of heaven, and it hurled them down to the earth. And the dragon kept staying before the woman who was about to give birth, so that when she did give birth, it might devour her child. Pause at the end of verse 4. Here's what I'd like for y'all to find out on Miley Cyrus. Why is she up there with Jimmy Kimmel and saying dry hands when I'm going through that? Is she being an actress, or is she in love with me? If she's not in love with me, she's got no business using my sperm. She's got no business being concerned with me. You know what I'm saying? Or if she's just trying to hurt me, I'd like to know. So who's Miley Cyrus? What do you think, Jimmy Kimmel? I guess you could say right now what Miley Cyrus does. I guess United States Supreme Court, United Nations, unless she got pregnant with my sperm or something I need to plainly know, I'm just going to basically say what Miley Cyrus's private life, unless she's got offspring, she's none of my business. I don't care to see her talk on TV. It distresses me. It causes me pain. Like I said farther back, when we talk about vonachen out there throwing a fit. Now Miley Cyrus is pulling the same shoes, Shania Twain, knowingly, apparently. Like an Alice Walton, somebody worth almost 2/10 billion. I guess she can get wherever she wants. She's a little California queen, Maybelline queen. How many Grammys did she get? Already being accused of thievery for the flowers one, and y'all know she wrote that off of me. She said it was like plundering, take your sperm, torturing. What are you the queen of, Miley Cyrus? Poor people, justice. What are you the queen of, Miley Cyrus? Your dogs, your lover, Cody. What are you the queen of, Miley? What are you the queen of? Deceit, fake, actress, coward. What are you the queen of? You're the queen of the military. Miley Cyrus says she's the queen of the United States military. She's their passive income actress. Hell, I don't know what she is. I guess y'all could say for the fact she's bringing up dry hands and then wanting to throw up could be a sign that she's something. She's very cowardly, folks, and she can be a user. Just think about it. I'm hearing like she's saying she put a note in the bathroom for Max to wear his Invisalign thing. Says if you love me, you'll do it. I don't know. I got caught up in something very dysfunctional. But I was hoping, and just think, Miley Cyrus is the first woman I brought up. Do you want to use my sperm back in 2024? But from what I read online, I didn't think she really wanted to have a kid. But I meant if she wanted to, I meant finding out, let's at least meet in person. Let's find out if we get along. Find out if you want me, if I want you, and maybe go there. I was wanting a mutual cause of joy, not a devious rape from some rich whore, some rich slut, some rich pansexual, whatever she is, taking out her daddy trauma on me, taking out her Billy Ray Cyrus child molested trauma on me. You can say Miley Cyrus works for Andy Reiner now. She wanted his concubines. Miley Cyrus works for the ones I hate. She works for Dr. Chris Young. She works for Dr. Michael Colegrove. Somebody's going to get their children killed. Maybe because they stole them, Revelation chapter 2. But also for me, Jehovah God says, when I see my children, it'll prolong my days. But that hell, sometimes that applies with Lane when we get along. It don't even, sometimes it means spiritual children, don't mean literal. Y'all cause me pain. I'd like for the United States military to get out of here, please. The land will become desolate because of what they've done. Micah chapter 7. Are y'all telling me my source got pregnant with my sperm and then she's like, oh, then Max engaged. It's so romantic. It's like Scotty that it took what they put the sperm in like they did on the others. It took. We won't even tell the public. We're not like that. We're hush, hush. We got private lives like next Star Group, KARK, Bob Clausen, Nathan Hughes. Why don't you go bow down to Nathan Hughes, Mike Schaefer, Miley Cyrus? You already have, in a way. All right, verse 4. Where was I at? I ended it verse 4, Revelation chapter 12. Pick it back, verse 5. And she gave birth to a son, a male, who is to shepherd all the nations with an iron rod. How could that apply to Jesus Christ? He's at the time of this writing, he had already been in heaven for decades, or from like year 33 to when was this written, year 90 or 60 something. What year was the book of Revelation written? Uh, 96, around AD 96. I'm horrible at math. Is that calculator still in here? Oh, shoot. I don't know where it went. I had a calculator in here. Is it still laid up there? Or did I stick it in here like a smart boy? I don't know where it went. No telling. Okay, I was going to do 96. Well, it says around 96. Somewhere here it says 95. Somewhere here it says 68 to 69. Let's just say 96. Let me go to calculator. 96 minus 33, that'd be 63 years, over 3 decades. Let's just say it happened to be year 60. That'd be what, 27 years? So let's just say, definitely over a decade, definitely over 2 decades from the time that Jesus Christ ascended to heaven, in which I think was in year 33 CE or AD. According to JW.org, according to JW.org, what year did Jesus Christ ascend to heaven? It's got to be 33. That's the year he killed, and he's only there 40-something days after that. No, they're saying he became king in 1940. Ascension versus kingship. While he ascended to heaven around 33 CE as a spirit person, his enthronement as king with power to rule began in 1914. But that's not correct. Are they going to update that? That is, I didn't want to talk about that today because I'm saying it over and over, but I will. See right here, I've known it for years. I used to teach it myself, even out of the yellow book. I used to teach that Jesus Christ ascended to heaven in year 1914. Anyway, that's why we're about to read. I guess it's a good time to read it because we're about to read the rest of Revelation chapter 12. I thought, well, I'll get back into it when I read that. That would be a good thing there. So let's just go back to reading. This is what's inspiring the prophecy of Jesus Christ anyway. And I'll try it. My source has hurt me, wherever her motive is. She's hurt me very, very bad. And knowing what I want, don't want, so on and so forth. And she's doing it on purpose, some of it, and seemingly enjoying it. I don't know if it's resentment. Don't know all of her motives. But unless somebody can find out why she's talking about the dry hands, she may be having trouble processing things for whatever reason. She may be in love with me or think she is. So it's just goes. It's just right now. I don't have a desire to be around her. I don't. I might if she wasn't engaged with Max, I might would hang out with her or something. That's just I don't do that. And if you're gonna say she's pregnant, engaged with Max, it's hard for me not to hate her. Hard for me not to hate her. I'm not impressed with her. I'm increasingly month to month I get increasingly unimpressed with her. And that is so much crazy, Dolly Parton. I mean, I can almost feel it in me, like feel it like almost like a husband feeling. It's like part of me, and I don't have that with Taylor Swift. She's like the only woman I feel it with. It's like part of me wants to be proud of her. I want her to do things like where I'm not having to fake it. You know, like it's like, hey, do I look good in this dress type of thing? It's like I've been trying to do I'm a deep man. In some cases, it doesn't take much to get my approval, but in certain other areas, with my deep code of ethics, I love justice, I love truth, I love honesty, I love fairness. And I've been screaming it. And now you got Miley Cyrus running around in high heels doing the opposite. I wouldn't have done that to her. Nope. Lots of things she's done I wouldn't have done. I think if with her level of wealth, you know, I mean, come on. I mean, look how cowardly she is there. I mean, like the properties between here and Black Springs, she could, say before the engagement of Max, she could like say, or even before purchase property, she could have been like, hey, let's meet in person, figure out, what, and then don't turn around and use a man's sperm. It's like, God bless, it's like you're a rapist. You're a rapist. Now, don't you? I view that as rape. I mean, if Taylor Swift is pregnant right now with my sperm, I'm not near as mad at her as I am with Miley Cyrus. Because I've been saying things very intimately with Miley Cyrus. I've been going out of my way to be respectful of Miley Cyrus. I've even went out of my way. I just said less than 3 months ago, right here, said if I had a chance with, to say Taylor Swift was single, if I had a chance to do something with her, I said I wouldn't because of Miley Cyrus and Jova. Miley Cyrus doesn't feel that way about me. So I think I've said enough about it. She probably does. But she doesn't know what to do. A woman like her is probably not going to use a man's sperm unless she's in love with him. But I'm just saying something bad could come out of it. You talk about a middleman. Miley Cyrus is making Max a middleman, me a middleman, and we're getting tugged. IC3.gov, Andy Reiner, make a plan, ransomware. My sperm's ransom. I have no desire to see, it will disgust me to see online photos of a baby. Say there's a healthy baby and I have to see Max and Molly with it. Disgust me. It will disgust me. I don't want to see them. Disgust me like a rapist. Like a rapist. Well, she expect me to say, what do you expect me to do? And I don't do polygamy. I don't fantasize about Miley Cyrus. I did time to time. I was prone to even think about her, husband, wife, way. I'm not asking, other than what I told Miley Cyrus medically, talk to Dr. Drew, something, I'm not, nope. I'll respect her engagement. If she doesn't want to respect me, she ain't got to. Apparently she doesn't want to. Okay, Revelation chapter 12, verse 5. And she gave birth to a son, a male, who is to shepherd all the nations with an iron rod. And her child was snatched away to God and to his throne. Part of me wants to say, and I feel egotistical, I'm going to say this for Watchtower Bible Tract Society. I think we're talking about the throneship here. I think it's here. Maybe I'm that child. Maybe I'm that son of David. believe me, it just doesn't make sense for it to be Jesus Christ. It doesn't. But let's just keep reading. Let's keep reading. And I think it could be me. And again, and I feel like I'm overly exalting myself saying that. And believe me, I'm saying the truth side of me saying it. I'm not saying it like, oh, me. I'm not. I'm being very objective, very fair. And most people can tell that I'm a fair man. With the lowly important, you couldn't, Miley Cyrus couldn't pay me $10 million, $50 million to lie on somebody, to say somebody slapped her in the face when they didn't. I'd get her in trouble for it. Or say I saw somebody raped her that didn't. Not that she'd do that, but for example, I wouldn't take, I don't even want $50 million from Miley Cyrus right now. Right now, I don't want anything from Miley Cyrus. I don't want anything from her. Other than her to talk to Dr. Drew. Somebody, if she wants to, she ain't got to. Or find out what's the marriage about. I mean, I don't know. Is she pregnant? What's she doing? She needs to talk to somebody other than Dr. Daniel Amen. If I knew she was pregnant with my sperm, I'd be so strict there to try to make it court ordered. I like them like at least if I'd have to have that coordination. Talk to Dr. Drew behind the scenes. Like, can you talk to her about an hour a week, maybe more, or maybe sometimes twice a week, or just over the phone, video, or maybe you and or somebody else, or somebody that maybe you and somebody you can recommend that you trust. I'm like, this woman is sabotage. I don't know what the hell this woman is doing, but it feels very toxic. And I feel like I was in 2008 with Crystal, getting her to read out that I Hate You, Don't Leave Me book. So by the middle, by or before, about the time, right before or more so after the time I caught Crystal in bed with Jeremy, guy that worked for Energy, I started reading this book my mom had over there, that she'd had over there since like Ed McMillan had recommended it to her in the 90s or 80s. It was printed in the 80s. Titled, I Hate You, Don't Leave Me, on borderline personality disorder. And that's another thing. I do it kind of loving, I guess, maybe, but I'm doing it with like Miley Cyrus. I start to want to be the psychologist. I start to want to diagnose the woman. I don't know if y'all got that on the medical books. But another thing I feel like with women is like I'm their memory. In some cases, when it's not toxic, it can be therapeutic. Because I know things about Miley Cyrus she doesn't know. My mama taught me to talk. My mama didn't teach me to be with somebody because they're hot or ugly. But anyway, I'll just say it again. In case I do upload this, I don't know if I was going to or not. Miley Cyrus does have some very cowardly ways, passive-aggressive ways. She's prone to use men without saying names like other women I've dated in the past, whether I've dated Miley Cyrus or not. Whether I'm not, if I have, I guess you could say that's. I guess maybe that's come to an end with the content she's putting on TV, online, in light of her engagement with Max. Especially if she's pregnant. I'm going in a different mode, but I guess you could say maybe it's making me tell some things that I would not otherwise tell about either some of my toxic traits, some of her toxic traits she doesn't know about. That because I felt like with in 2013 relationship. I mean, that woman's a user, man. I keep telling y'all, she never got me a gift to this day. And look at it so far. Miley Cyrus ain't never gotten me a gift. And you tell me she already got my seed in her womb? Take her. A taker. Not a giver, a taker. something very, very intimate. You think you just don't do that. You don't do that. If you're going to think you're going to be the model of Maybelline and a respectable human being, there's some things you just don't do. And Jehovah God allow you to get away with it. Unless you repent and become 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 11. So it's like, unless it's hard to say. Anderson Cooper may quit being a homosexual. He's got millions of dollars, similar to Miley Cyrus. It says in God's word, they'll be bringing your sons voluntarily. After the 10 kings do what they're going to do, they're going to come and bow down before me. I may get exalted as the chieftain. Revelation chapter 3, synagogue of Satan. A man who doesn't lie, doesn't steal, teaches God's word for free. In most cases, happy to do it. Sometimes really happy to do it. Sometimes I make myself or don't feel like reading and do it anyway out of certain things. But, I'm happier when I get a revelation at times. Anyway, we're going to read this, but somebody's going to look up. How much is Anderson Cooper worth? Probably 10, 20, 30 million. Because he lives in a $4 million apartment. $60 million. Oh my gosh. Anderson's I've looked him up further back. His mama was really wealthy. Anderson's net worth is estimated to be around $200 million. Largely from his successful career as a CNN anchor and reporter. Well, he don't report on what I like, does he? How much was Anderson Cooper's mother worth? He inherited $1.5 million from his mother. So he didn't start off. He's probably more or less born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Hey, Anderson Cooper, I know what it's like to drive a vehicle that doesn't have working air conditioning. Basically done it all my life. Even drove a truck that didn't even have working heater. I don't steal people's sperm, Anderson Cooper. Oh. Huh. Gloria Vanderbilt, no trust fund kids for her. Gloria Vanderbilt herself, the beneficiary of trust fund worth an estimated 2.5 to 5 million in 1925, or around 35 to 70 million today. While she was rumored to be worth $200 million upon her death, Vanderbilt left son Anderson her estate, which was worth approximately $1.5 million. But saying this is on Wikipedia, but while she was rumored to be worth $200 million, then how's he worth now $200 million? And she only left him $1.5 million. He might be hiding some money somewhere. Has Anderson Cooper ever been involved with allegations of sexual misconduct or financial frauds or embezzlement? That's why I love having two phones, man. Oh, Anderson Cooper, he's got the Ethernet. He's got everything. He don't even know how to. He don't even have he don't even do investigative reporting on malpractice, human trafficking. What a bigot! A man was charged with stalking Cooper in 2013. Cooper was a defendant in a defamation lawsuit brought by a pediatric heart surgeon against CNN and its personnel. Blah blah blah. Well, who are the biological? He's got 2 kids. I think I saw yesterday. I like the years when they were come around. That's another rape for me. I see people with kids. It's like basically if a kid's come on the scene since like 2019 or more recently, I start wondering if for me and sick people doing it. And it also gets into prophetic things. People after this offspring of God. Well, anyway, let's go back to Revelation chapter 3. 12. Okay. Revelation chapter 12, verse 5. And she gave birth to a son, a male who is the shepherd of all the nations with an iron rod. Letter reference G goes to Psalm 2:9, which says, you'll break them with an iron scepter and you'll smash them like a piece of pottery. Psalm 110, verse 2. Jehovah will extend the scepter of your power out of Zion, saying, go subduing in the midst of your enemies. Revelation 19, verse 15. And out of his mouth protrudes a sharp, long sword with which to strike the nations, and he'll shepherd them with a rod of iron. Moreover, he treads the winepress of the fury of the wrath of God the Almighty. And her child was snatched away to God into his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared by God, and where they would feed her for 1,260 days in the wilderness. Whether some of that's in New York, some of that's out here, I don't know. Or some of it even back then, like in the 90s or the early 100 year, maybe even a little bit at the time of the 16th century King James, or some of it could be a little bit the preservation of God's word farther back. But primarily, this fulfillment is for our time. The 1,260 days. I wonder if that gets into the time frame that's mentioned in Daniel chapter 12. Probably not, from the time the constant feature has been removed. And war broke out in heaven. Okay. What we're about to read, jw.org teaches it took place in 1914. I think it's about to happen. With the 10 kings in Revelation 17, with the attack on Babylon the Great, with the weeping. Take note of the weeping in Revelation 18. I wrote Dolly Parton today a letter, and in there, I didn't want to. I was doing it. I didn't do a whole lot of quoting. I did a lot of it just from memory. But I said, and I thought, well, I didn't want to just give the verses. I said there's two groups that do weeping in Revelation 18. And I'm like, take note of the two different groups. I think one's merchants, and what's the other ones? What's the other one? Something about seafaring ships. Why do they do that weeping? Who's got rich on me? I would love for there to be an IRS or independent financial audit on Andy Reiner, Dr. Michael Colegrove, Dr. Chris Young, especially politician John Max II, or whoever it applies to. I'd love, before people start making money off of me on the constant feature using my sperm, I'd like to know their estimated wealth, maybe to the penny, before and after. I'd love to see it in the news. United States Supreme Court, United Nations, Bob Clausen, Next Star Group, Anderson Cooper, CNN, Christine Romans, NBC, David Murr, ABC. Come on, NPR. I'd love for there to be an audit on certain ones, even if it's Mark Zuckerberg, Meta Facebook Pay, Senator John Boozman. Definitely Arkansas State Representative John Max II. I would love to know, before people start making money off of me online through the constant feature, Sky Technology, spying through my phone, and getting my sperm. Do they sell my sperm? They trade it? Who gets money off of that? I'd love to know about it. And keep in mind, it says in Micah, the wages of prostitution. Keep in mind, in Revelation 18, it says no more human lives, human slaves. The United Nations hates slavery. Donald Trump doesn't. Joe Biden doesn't. Revelation chapter 12, we're about to read verse 7. About this war that broke out in heaven. I think it's about to happen. It doesn't make sense for it to happen in 1914. It just doesn't. And I've already explained that. I'm not going to explain that to the same degree today. I actually said some things about it, dictated it just yesterday, day before yesterday, and other times. Revelation, and my vocal cords hurt. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. And war broke out in heaven. Michael, footnote, meaning who is like God, not Michael downstream. He does everything Jesus Christ said not to do, or a lot of it. Those who live by the sword die by the sword. He deceives, he lies, he steals. He probably comes to my home when I'm not here, poaches on my property. I don't all know. And his angels battled with the dragon. Okay, and the war broke out in heaven. Michael, and this is like the only second place this Michael is mentioned. The other places are in like Daniel 12:1 and another verse in Daniel. And his angels battled with the dragon and its angels battled, but they did not prevail, nor was a place found for them any longer in heaven. So down the great dragon was hurled, the original serpent, the one called Devil and Satan, who is misleading the entire inhabited earth. Dolly Parton, Miley Cyrus, Gwen Stefani, Mariah Carey, Beyonce Knowles, Joe Rogan. He is hurled down to the earth, and his angels were hurled down with him. I heard a loud voice in heaven say, now have come to pass the salvation, the power, and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Christ, because the accuser of our brothers has been hurled down, who accuses them day and night before our God. And they conquered him because of the blood of the Lamb and because of the word of their witnessing. And they did not love their souls even in the face of death. On this account, be glad, you heavens, and you who reside in them. Because, Satan and demons are not there anymore. Woe for the earth and for the sea, because the devil has come down to you, having great anger, knowing that he has a short period of time. So that woe there for the earth and the sea. Let's see where the letter reference W goes. It may not go where I want it to go. And it does not. I think it should go to the Great Tribulation. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. Now, the places it does go, I'm not saying is incorrect, but I'm thinking we should be thinking about the Great Tribulation has now started. Whether or not Jehovah God, Jesus Christ, Gabriel, and others whether or not they have the attack on Babylon the Great happen at the same time as Satan the devil being cast out of heaven, it's safe to say it's going to be either at the same time or one event right after the other. It's hard for me to figure it out. It may be first. It may be first that they take Satan down to earth and then attack Babylon the Great, or the other way around. Either way, I think it's neck and neck, and bam, we're at the start of the Great Tribulation. And then Matthew chapter 21, after the tribulation in those days, they'll be gathered from the four corners. So if I ever meet Miley Cyrus on good terms, she might be then coming out for the marriage. Maybe. We'll see. If she doesn't go through another divorce in the meantime, since she's presently engaged. And it says happy are those who are invited. But when I read that in there, I a lot of times think that is after the 1,000 years, farther into the future. But let's go ahead and read the Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, letter reference W. Goes to three places. Isaiah 57, verse 20. But the wicked are like the restless sea that cannot calm down, and its waters keep tossing up seedweed and myrrh. Isaiah chapter 20, verse 2. For look, darkness will cover the earth, and thick gloom the nations. But on you Jehovah will shine, and on you his glory will be seen. That also compares to Revelation 3:10, in my mind. Revelation 17, verse 15. He said to me, the waters that you saw where the prostitute is sitting means peoples and crowds and nations and tongues. I'm not for sure why they went to that one. I guess because, anyway. Back to let's pick up at verse 12 here, because I did. On this account, be glad, you heavens, and you reside in them. Woe for the earth and for the sea, because the devil has come down to you, having great anger, knowing that he is a short period of time. Because a war broke out in heaven, and he and his demons were cast out of heaven. Letter reference X, Elon Musk, President Donald Trump, of 12:12 here. Revelation goes to 3 or 4 places. Matthew 24, verse 34. Truly I say to you that this generation will by no means pass away until all these things happen. Romans 16, verse 20. For his part, the God who gives peace will crush Satan under your feet shortly. May the undeserved kindness of our Lord Jesus be with you. 2 Timothy 3:1. But know this, that in the last days, critical times hard to deal with will be here. 2 Peter 3:3. First of all, know this, that in the last days, ridiculers will come with their ridicule, proceeding to their own desires. Now, when the dragon saw it had been hurled down to the earth, it persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. Maybe I'm the male child. That's a tough one. But I'm not. That's a tough one. I don't know. It talks about it like it's being on an earthly thing, not a heavenly thing. But let's continue to read. But let me read. Now the dragon saw that it had been hurled down to the earth. It persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. Does that mean because of the God's organization on earth, all the tools I get to continue to learn from them or have learned, even though I'm reading out things that are like printed in the 80s or 90s, the inside things? I don't know. Or it would include my mom too, because I learned a lot of Bible truths from my mother. But I don't know who all is going through persecutions that I don't know about. Is the organization Watchtower Bible Tract Society? I think a lot of theirs is, well, I'm sure it is in other places in the world, but I'm talking about in association to me. I think what I was saying this morning, laying in bed, I think on the rich, you read about the 2 different rich groups, Revelation chapter 2, Revelation chapter 3. I think one group might apply to the Mel Gibson, Miley Cyrus rich group. Alice Walton. The other group, I think, may apply to Watchtower Bible Tract Society. They're a very wealthy organization, but individually they're poor. And it could also apply to local or organizations. Let me just throw this out there, and not that they're going to have me direct it. Just think about if I've got the congregations of Jehovah's Witnesses in Arkansas or just around here alone. Just imagine just the one in, just think about how much money they're putting in a month to the organization. Like Malada's putting in $2,000 or more dollars a month, I think, to the worldwide preaching work. A lot of money's going, from Mena to Malada to Glenwood. But just think if they had pulled together and given me supports to being human trafficking bigots like Miley Cyrus, Vonachen, Anderson Cooper, whoever all does it. Forgive me if you haven't, Anderson Cooper. I hope you're not molesting those kids you have with your husband, homosexual. Read 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Read Romans chapter 1 and 2. If Elton John hasn't done that, I'm cooler with him. I'd be cooler with Youngblood. You're going to be less in my favor if you're a bigot thief and then trying to make money or reimbursement while you're a millionaire bigot and hypocrite, an extortioner. And it says in the book of James, it's the rich who oppress you and drag you before law courts. But anyway, just think about if the Deborah Spokler group and them, Jack Kinkle, Melissa Brenner, had given me support, I could probably get the management of CG Roxanne sued and off this property. And I'm the type of man, be fair, be like, well, I just think if I'd probably be the type to give them a tip after, like if they've done it. It even says somewhere God's word said, give to somebody expecting nothing in return. You know what I'm saying? Or some of them, even if they wanted to be part-time workers here and there, or I might would be in the type, if the right Jehovah's Witnesses locally would help me do it, I'd try to come up with unique shifts. Whether it's a week on, week off, I'd have to come up with it. You know, instead of just 5 days a week, five days a week, 2 off. I'm that type of guy. You know, I'd be like, what's fair? I know I don't want to be over there all the time. You know, I might try to, you know, if there's something that needs to be done or a Friday. If I'd be over there, I like to be there when everybody wants to be gone. You know, like, okay, I'd be like, I'll do Fridays, but I don't want to be here any more than this than I got. You know, whatever. You know, but you know, I mean, I'm type. That's where I can be very atypical, like it's oil drillers. I'm the type I could be where I don't know, where it's. I might could even be the type for the true part-time ones, like a month on, a month off. But I don't know, but a month on, a month off. But still, would you still get your 2 days off in the week? Usually, though, if you do a month on, month off, I think you got to work 7 days a week, right? I don't know how it'd work out. I was just doing a hypothetical. I don't know what would be a good idea there. If I'd have to see. I don't like saying this out loud because these bigots over here steal my ideas. I'm the type that would probably, if I had enough support for it, even in the winter, because I'd be printing Chinese labels if they'd do what I say on the jw.org and quit being so quick to do other things. So I'm saying I might, even in the winter, would have it where there's a day shift and an evening shift. I might would even find out, be like, what, y'all want truckers coming? Y'all want truckers to keep loading in and out by before 9 p.m.? It depends on if I had more staff to come in to do it. I'm not saying make the other staff there having to work more. I'm just saying I would make it just do some extra shifts even in the winter if there was need for it. I don't know. I'm not trying to make anybody work more than necessary. I like having free time. I've even thought that farther back. I mean, I used to think that is a horrible thing. If you have kids, a family and stuff, I've given talks farther back, 2015, 2017 on like Facebook. I mean, to me, it's the system, the satanic system, 2 Corinthians 4:4 is what we're reading about here in Revelation chapter 12, Satan misleading the entire inhabited earth. To me, it's so sick and sad. You think about it. Say you got a 5-year-old kid, say when school's in session. You know, you get the kids getting on the school bus about 7:15 if you're not driving them. And say back in the day, and then some of them they get home about 3:50. You know, say 4 p.m. How many hours is that? Is that what? 7, 8, 9 hours? So you got to. If you think about it, when school's in session. From August, not counting the breaks, let's just say from August to December, not counting the breaks, it's safe to say some months the kids are at the public school more than they are at home. If I'm wealthy, I'd be the type. If I ever had a kid, all that, if I had a good wife and stuff like that, and say I could afford it, you know, if I had a good wife, I used to think years back, if I had an educated, smart wife that was into homeschooling, I would do that. Or if I had a nanny or something, I'd be like, I'd condense it to, like a 5-hour school day or something. I'd be like, hell, you ain't gonna waste time riding the bus. You ain't gonna waste time there. They're not going to. I'm like, all you need really is reading, writing, math, a level of history, Bible education, and then I'd find out if I want to introduce them into music, song, extracurricular activities. Now, when the dragon saw that it had been hurled down the earth, it persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. But the 2 wings of the great eagle were given to the woman so that she might fly into the wilderness to her place, where she is to be fed for a time and times and a half away from the face of the serpent. Where's letter reference B? Goes Revelation 12:6 and mentions the 1,260 days. But the times and a half, doesn't it mention that in Daniel? And the serpent spewed out water like a river from its mouth after the woman to cause her to be drowned by the river. But the earth came to the woman's help, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed up the river that the dragon spewed out from its mouth. So the dragon became enraged at the woman and went off to wage war with the remaining ones of her offspring, who observe the commandments of God and have the work of bearing witness concerning Jesus. I'm going through that. They torture me. And it says in, I'm already above an hour. And it says in Daniel continually harassed the holy ones. Let's see what letter reference D says. Genesis 3:15. And I'll put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He'll crush your head, and you'll strike him in the heel. I got a question here. It's like everybody can see this on the camera anyway, but not everybody locally. Like, let's just say in the regard to Miley Cyrus or not, or both. Should I be putting this over hour-long video? Should I be uploading it on Facebook or not? I don't know. If I put it on YouTube, it gets like 3-6 views. Or so it appears to me. I don't know. I'm just saying, sometimes, a lot of times I don't do it. I don't put things on there just to get numbers. But sometimes it's a little bit more validating when I get one. See, like right here, this one should be a screen recording. It's a lot of data just to see me stand here, shirtless. Anyway, it's just, I put my shorts on in the middle of it, but I don't know. So it's a lot of data. So to me, it's more important on the audio. And then it's like, I've got nowhere to put it, and it takes everywhere, I don't know. I'm going to stop it. Let's see, 1 hour, 16 minutes and counting. Let's see how big this is. This is going to be like, what, 8 gigabytes? 5, 7? Let's see.